Let me know if you need advice. Let me know if you need advice. Let's play it by ear. Let's play it by ear. Will he always notice? Will he always notice? They were playing basketball in the gym after school. They were playing basketball in the gym after school. He will finish his duty before his due date. He will finish his duty before his due date. Our parents' anniversary is next week. Our parents' anniversary is next week. Point your finger at someone. Point your finger at someone. He may not say thank you every day. He may not say thank you every day. They were having a picnic in the park when it started to rain. They were having a picnic in the park when it started to rain. He wasn't nervous. He wasn't nervous. They had never made a call at 5 a.m. before. They had never made a call at 5 a.m. before. I like reading books on the beach. I like reading books on the beach. I don't notice anything special about the issue. I don't notice anything special about the issue. He takes a break from his work. He takes a break from his work. Type of job functions. Type of job functions. He needs to apologize to his friend for hurting his feelings. He needs to apologize to his friend for hurting his feelings. Haven't I always been designing? Haven't I always been designing? The percentage of students passing the exam was low. The percentage of students passing the exam was low. Please calm down and give yourself time to heal. Please calm down and give yourself time to heal. Can you appreciate it? Can you appreciate it? Have you ever tried sushi? Have you ever tried sushi? The movie starts at sunset. The movie starts at sunset. I would like lobster. I would like lobster. Because my department is English. Because my department is English. My wife was a preacher. My wife was a preacher. We couldn't listen right away. We couldn't listen right away. Put a feather in someone's hat. Put a feather in someone's hat. Your stepfather is a dishwasher. Your stepfather is a dishwasher. I am sorry. I totally ruined it. I am sorry. I totally ruined it. We had the broken lock repaired by a locksmith. We had the broken lock repaired by a locksmith. You go to bed at 2 midnight. You go to bed at 2 midnight. Sorry to interrupt, but I have a question. Sorry to interrupt, but I have a question. Can we get organized? Can we get organized? He poured himself a cup of coffee. He poured himself a cup of coffee. I will be working on this project for 6 months by the end of the year. I will be working on this project for 6 months by the end of the year. The boy standing there is my cousin. The boy standing there is my cousin. You won't be a designer anytime soon. You won't be a designer anytime soon. Ellie and Ethan are excellent students. Ellie and Ethan are excellent students. He likes to write poetry in his spare time. He likes to write poetry in his spare time. Can we meet tomorrow? Can we meet tomorrow? is well known, is well known. You're a pleasure to be around. You're a pleasure to be around. Can I have my burger medium rare, please? Can I have my burger medium rare, please? I have enough experience to apply for the job. I have enough experience to apply for the job. Can you repeat please? Can you repeat please? He doesn't need to cook dinner tonight. We order pizza. He doesn't need to cook dinner tonight. We order pizza. Can we meet the deadline? Can we meet the deadline? Leave out. Leave out. He realizes his mistake. He realizes his mistake. Can you be responsible? Can you be responsible? We cry. We cry. If I had more free time, I would learn to cook. If I had more free time, I would learn to cook. I am very interested in this new book. I am very interested in this new book. Close. Close. They want to adopt a cat from the shelter. They want to adopt a cat from the shelter. The queue at the checkout is very long. The queue at the checkout is very long. Is there a children's playground in the restaurant? Is there a children's playground in the restaurant? He has been learning to play the piano for a year. He has been learning to play the piano for a year. I was late because I missed the bus. I was late because I missed the bus. Wasn't he a locksmith every month? Wasn't he a locksmith every month? Can you help me find my keys? Can you help me find my keys? We have change. We have change. I have 2 sisters. I have 2 sisters. I will help you pronounce the new words we have learned. I will help you pronounce the new words we have learned. The movie has impressive visual effects. The movie has impressive visual effects. He bought tickets for opening night. He bought tickets for opening night. Did the night time get longer? Did the night time get longer? He is constantly working to improve his skills. He is constantly working to improve his skills. They will complete the construction by the end of the week. They will complete the construction by the end of the week. Take matters into one's own hands. Take matters into one's own hands. I was talking to Tommy one day. I was talking to Tommy one day. He is not chosen often. He is not chosen often. I don't notice anything special about the experience. I don't notice anything special about the experience. We shouldn't catch it next year. We shouldn't catch it next year. I've never been there before. I've never been there before. Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true. Wasn't I a housewife next year? Wasn't I a housewife next year? Are there grandchildren chemists? Are there grandchildren chemists? Can I get a refund for this? Can I get a refund for this? Are you at home today? Are you at home today? We will work until we finish the job. We will work until we finish the job. Which is which? Which is which? He goes to the park for a picnic. He goes to the park for a picnic. I cook dinner for my family every evening. I cook dinner for my family every evening. Your brothers were cleaner. Your brothers were cleaner. He studied medicine at university and became a doctor. He studied medicine at university and became a doctor. They will go on vacation next week. They will go on vacation next week. Definitely. Definitely. Is our niece a secretary? Is our niece a secretary? Let's eat. Let's eat. He cooked dinner for us yesterday. He cooked dinner for us yesterday. Avoid making assumptions and ask for clarification. Avoid making assumptions and ask for clarification. They shouldn't say it. They shouldn't say it. The girls were the intensifiers. The girls were the intensifiers. Applicable. Applicable. He is very talented at playing guitar. He is very talented at playing guitar. Type of job functions. Type of job functions. We set the standard for others to follow and emulate. We set the standard for others to follow and emulate. We learned about this problem. We learned about this problem. If I had more money, I'd buy a new car. If I had more money, I'd buy a new car. The coffee in this cafe is stronger than the coffee in other places. The coffee in this cafe is stronger than the coffee in other places. Jack has just moved into a new apartment. Jack has just moved into a new apartment. He works hard. He works hard. The new store is located above the coffee shop. The new store is located above the coffee shop. Were they often cold? Were they often cold? He'll understand eventually. He'll understand eventually. We can defend. We can defend. Did you forget? Did you forget? My brother was driving the car. My brother was driving the car. He couldn't find his sunglasses. He couldn't find his sunglasses. We usually go on vacation in winter. We usually go on vacation in winter. I need a day's leave. I need a day's leave. Drinking at sunset? Drinking at sunset? He wouldn't be able to see for 4 weeks. He wouldn't be able to see for 4 weeks. I am not support. I am not support. He was repairing his car in the garage. He was repairing his car in the garage. I climb. I climb. They shouldn't juggle often. They shouldn't juggle often. What are you planning to do on the weekend? What are you planning to do on the weekend? They want to buy a house in the suburbs. They want to buy a house in the suburbs. They usually have breakfast together. They usually have breakfast together. The food prepared by the chef tasted very good. The food prepared by the chef tasted very good. I am creative. I am creative. The clock on the wall is ticking. The clock on the wall is ticking. His relatives were lieutenants. His relatives were lieutenants. He doesn't drink alcohol. He doesn't drink alcohol. May I be interested? May I be interested? How was everything today? How was everything today? He reads the newspaper every morning. He reads the newspaper every morning. I am a senior secondary school student. My favorite subjects are mathematics and biology. I am a senior secondary school student. My favorite subjects are mathematics and biology. Can they review it later? Can they review it later? The food load was heavy. The food load was heavy. There should be no sociologist after 4 hours. There should be no sociologist after 4 hours. How often does he go to the beach? How often does he go to the beach? We are going to the mountains to hike. We are going to the mountains to hike. I'm not sure I can do this. I'm not sure I can do this. Could you please turn off the lights when you leave? Could you please turn off the lights when you leave? What is your name? What is your name? John purchased the above items from the store. John purchased the above items from the store. Will it continue as the sun rises? Will it continue as the sun rises? The pit of someone's stomach. The pit of someone's stomach. Can it suppress at night? Can it suppress at night? Does it sit every year? Does it sit every year? You are responsible. You are responsible. The shop closes at 6 p.m. The shop closes at 6 p.m. He was a hunter at noon. He was a hunter at noon. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. Can you recommend nice places to go on holiday? Can you recommend nice places to go on holiday? They could travel the world and document their adventures. They could travel the world and document their adventures. Can they sit? Can they sit? The company is looking for a new information technology manager. The company is looking for a new information technology manager. I'm not a big fan of modern art. I'm not a big fan of modern art. I voted for the candidate with the best policies. I voted for the candidate with the best policies. I'm taking photos with my camera. I'm taking photos with my camera. English is also one of the official languages of the European Union. English is also one of the official languages of the European Union. The movie ended an hour ago. The movie ended an hour ago. Definitely. Definitely. Have I never settled? Have I never settled? He will learn to swim this summer. He will learn to swim this summer. His grandmother was a naturalist. His grandmother was a naturalist. Was your mother-in-law a pianist? Was your mother-in-law a pianist? Won't it make monthly calls? Won't it make monthly calls? Did it jump? Did it jump? There is a problem with what you mentioned. There is a problem with what you mentioned. He works in marketing and develops advertising campaigns. He works in marketing and develops advertising campaigns. He wrote a letter to his friend. He wrote a letter to his friend. Were they arguing before coming to the family meeting? Were they arguing before coming to the family meeting? How have you been? How have you been? He loves playing basketball. He loves playing basketball. He was holding the book in his hand. He was holding the book in his hand. You can teach. You can teach. You should not gamble if it is illegal in your area. You should not gamble if it is illegal in your area. The wind is blowing strong today. The wind is blowing strong today. He said to me, I have a job interview tomorrow. He said to me, I have a job interview tomorrow. Can I have the soup? Can I have the soup? I must not eat too much chocolate or I will get sick. I must not eat too much chocolate or I will get sick. I can finish the project by the deadline. I can finish the project by the deadline. Can cope. Can cope. Then they mine. Then they mine. I'll be paying my taxes next week. I'll be paying my taxes next week. He will finish this project and then go on vacation. He will finish this project and then go on vacation. I need to make a phone call to my friend. I need to make a phone call to my friend. He had his clothes ironed at the dry cleaners. He had his clothes ironed at the dry cleaners. I'm going to the beach this weekend. I'm going to the beach this weekend. The book I am reading is a mystery novel. The book I am reading is a mystery novel. Should not argue frequently. Should not argue frequently. This is an innovative approach. This is an innovative approach. Why don't we sit down? Why don't we sit down? It rarely snows in the city center. It rarely snows in the city center. Was his son a glazier? Was his son a glazier? I provide monthly service. I provide monthly service. How do you make a living? How do you make a living? I can't wait. I can't wait. Your grandfather was a football player. Your grandfather was a football player. They went on a journey to explore different cities. They went on a journey to explore different cities. There is a talent for making jewelry from natural materials. There is a talent for making jewelry from natural materials. We devoted ourselves to completing the project until the end. We devoted ourselves to completing the project until the end. How was your weekend? How was your weekend? International. International. John as we speak. John as we speak. I was CEO every year. I was CEO every year. Is his wife a lobbyist? Is his wife a lobbyist? A century later, it is no longer wanted. A century later, it is no longer wanted. You must submit your message by the end of the week, the professor said. You must submit your message by the end of the week, the professor said. Do you have a loyalty card? Do you have a loyalty card? Why didn't you tell us anything? Why didn't you tell us anything? Can you help me with this heavy box? Can you help me with this heavy box? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? The cat was chasing the mouse inside the house. The cat was chasing the mouse inside the house. I was an athlete every month. I was an athlete every month. Are we singing? Are we singing? If I had $1 million, I would travel the world. If I had $1 million, I would travel the world. Did you object at night? Did you object at night? By the time she finishes cooking, she will have set the table. By the time she finishes cooking, she will have set the table. They would grow in 5 minutes. They would grow in 5 minutes. In the meantime, we'll start with existing developers next Monday. In the meantime, we'll start with existing developers next Monday. Don't they assume 2 centuries later? Don't they assume 2 centuries later? Would you like to go to the movies with me? Would you like to go to the movies with me? What will you buy? What will you buy? There are various items in the box. There are various items in the box. Have you ever traveled to Asia? Have you ever traveled to Asia? My sister is older than me. My sister is older than me. Properly. Properly. The statue in the park is made of bronze. The statue in the park is made of bronze. Can I borrow your pen for a minute? Can I borrow your pen for a minute? He won't leave until he finishes his meal. He won't leave until he finishes his meal. You can't be an interviewer at sunset. You can't be an interviewer at sunset. After having our lunch, we will go to the park. After having our lunch, we will go to the park. It may not suppress. It may not suppress. The movie was directed by a famous director. The movie was directed by a famous director. Shouldn't you be an aviator in 3 days? Shouldn't you be an aviator in 3 days? The car was driven at high speed. The car was driven at high speed. Play it safe. Play it safe. Scissors John, do you have scissors? Scissors John, do you have scissors? Is there a sushi counter in the store? Is there a sushi counter in the store? He looks happy in the photos. He looks happy in the photos. Our neighbor is the sheriff. Our neighbor is the sheriff. I talked to Tommy. I talked to Tommy. Have you ever had takeout? Have you ever had takeout? It was raining when I went out. It was raining when I went out. Applicable. Applicable. I already sent the email. I already sent the email. Excuse me, can you help me? Excuse me, can you help me? You're responsible. You're responsible. He usually takes a shower before going to bed. He usually takes a shower before going to bed. Like what? Like what? This is really delicious. This is really delicious. I wish he had known about the cancellation before arriving at the airport. I wish he had known about the cancellation before arriving at the airport. The car is too expensive for me to buy. The car is too expensive for me to buy. I must kill now. I must kill now. My mother was a great cook. My mother was a great cook. Let's play a quick round of blackjack. Let's play a quick round of blackjack. Have you reviewed the contract? Have you reviewed the contract? I'm not sure if I'm the best person for you. I'm not sure if I'm the best person for you. I have a lot of principles. I have a lot of principles. She will prepare dinner for her family in an hour. She will prepare dinner for her family in an hour. He has a cat. He has a cat. Sort out. Sort out. Why do not you call me? Why do not you call me? Didn't I do crafting a week ago? Didn't I do crafting a week ago? Let's get to this situation. Let's get to this situation. He has never seen a live performance. He has never seen a live performance. He would push at dawn. He would push at dawn. The artist focused on light and shadow in this drawing. The artist focused on light and shadow in this drawing. I am going to have breakfast. I am going to have breakfast. Never that photographer. Never that photographer. Is there anyone who can take you home? Is there anyone who can take you home? It never diversifies. It never diversifies. Indispensable. Indispensable. Was he a horseman? Was he a horseman? We sing karaoke at the party. We sing karaoke at the party. If I find $1 million, I'll have to buy new shoes. If I find $1 million, I'll have to buy new shoes. I always go to work by bus. I always go to work by bus. Can I pay by credit card? Can I pay by credit card? He finished his homework before going to bed. He finished his homework before going to bed. Why are they laughing? Because they heard a funny joke. Why are they laughing? Because they heard a funny joke. Great to see you. Great to see you. Were you a manager then? Were you a manager then? The situation is beyond human power. The situation is beyond human power. Nice to finally meet you. Nice to finally meet you. Sometimes they have a picnic in the park. Sometimes they have a picnic in the park. Newspaper article explores the rise of online shopping. Newspaper article explores the rise of online shopping. The country's economy was largely dependent on the oil industry. The country's economy was largely dependent on the oil industry. Do you travel a lot? Do you travel a lot? He learned to play the piano when he was little. He learned to play the piano when he was little. Can he often judge? Can he often judge? We will not be registering soon. We will not be registering soon. I have an appointment in 2 days. I have an appointment in 2 days. I promise to give it to you. I promise to give it to you. Will they come to the wedding? Will they come to the wedding? He jumps over the puddle. He jumps over the puddle. The film received critical acclaim for its acting. The film received critical acclaim for its acting. Let's tackle this problem head on. Let's tackle this problem head on. Where can I find breakfast ingredients? Where can I find breakfast ingredients? Yes, I can see, the weather is warm and sunny as always. Yes, I can see, the weather is warm and sunny as always. Shouldn't we send it after 5 days? Shouldn't we send it after 5 days? This is the best pizza I've ever eaten. This is the best pizza I've ever eaten. We do not complete the monthly salary. We do not complete the monthly salary. His performance was better than last year. His performance was better than last year. How do you make a living? How do you make a living?